Top 10 anime characters who intentionally limit their powers.
It's pretty amazing to be the most powerful being in your own universe because it gives you an advantage over others. However, not everyone enjoys walking around flaunting their prowess and skills to others, particularly anime characters who limit their powers because they don't want to scare someone with their total dominance. But the question is why they limit themselves, given that they are the strongest. Characters in anime who limit their powers do so for a variety of reasons. Some, like Mob, suppress their abilities so that they do not harm others, while others, like Kenpachi and Rock Lee, limit their abilities to make their fights more difficult. Being the best is great, but sometimes it's better to limit your power. In this article, we'll look at anime characters who limit their powers for their own good. So, without further ado, let's get started. 10. Fumikage Tokoyami from My Hero Academia. Fumikage attends UA High School and is in Class 1A. He aspires to be a superhero and has the potential to do so. His quirk enables him to manifest a sentient, shadowy being from his body, which he can control and use in combat and for safety. However, there is one significant disadvantage to his power. In the light, his dark shadow is more docile and easily controlled. However, in the darkness, Fumikage lost control of his dark shadow, which became extremely powerful, chaotic, and destructive, making Fumikage's commands difficult to issue. As a result, he appears to be extra cautious when using dark shadow. He refrains from using his quirk in dark areas due to the possibility and likelihood of unintentionally harming others. He does, however, strive to have better control of these disadvantages and also works on his strengths in tandem to further improve himself. 9. Orsted from Mushoku Tensei. Orsted is unquestionably the strongest man to have ever lived in Mushoku Tensei's isekai world. Orsted is only surpassed by demon god Laplace among all the characters in the series. Because of his overwhelming power, he was named one of the 7 great world powers. He easily defeated the hero Rudeos in their first encounter. He has attained god rank in all schools of magic and possesses the strongest sword known as the God Sword. However, due to a slew of curses bestowed upon Orsted, his mana consumption is limited, limiting his ability to use all of his abilities in battle. But that doesn't change the fact that he is the epitome of strength. 8. Hiei from Yu Yu Hakusho. Hiei is one of the most dangerous beings when he unleashes his full power. All of his powers are restored in his Jaganai, which is the key to some of his most powerful techniques, but he usually wears a headband over it. In addition, he wears bandages on his arm to suppress his Dragon of the Darkness flame. If Hiei does not limit his powers, they spiral out of control, destroying everything around him and even taking the lives of those who come into contact with them. However, the use of these powers causes him significant physical harm, as evidenced by several bruises on his arm, which becomes completely damaged after using Dragon of the Darkness flame. As a result, he only employs it when absolutely necessary. 7. Rock Lee from Naruto. Rock Lee does not have the appearance of a stylish ninja and follows a strict regimen to strengthen himself. He wears weights on his legs as part of his rigorous training. Rock Lee wears relatively heavy weights that can even break the ground when he falls freely on it, whereas most shinobi wear light ones for basic conditioning. Even at that weight, he's a great ninja and is ridiculously strong and fast, but the fans saw his true strength when he removed them during the battle with Gaara. He was moving so quickly around the stadium that the human eye couldn't keep up with him. Lee's incredible speed made even a powerful opponent like Gaara uncomfortable. 6. Alucard from Hellsing. Hellsing's world is pretty dark and wild, especially its main protagonist, who gives the viewer chills. Alucard is regarded as the most powerful vampire alive today. He possesses a wide range of abilities, including immortality, invisibility, supernatural power, regeneration, blood and weather manipulation techniques, and many others, making him the most formidable opponent. However, he is limited in his ability to use his powers due to the Cromwell seal on his gloves, which acts as a restraint. The powers he possesses stem from both his vampire status and several years of Hellsing organization research. Even with his limitations, Alucard is a formidable and lethal opponent who can dispatch most supernatural foes without releasing the seals that contain his true power. 5. Gojo Satoru from Jujutsu Kaisen. Satoru Gojo is a special grade Jujutsu sorcerer and Jujutsu tech instructor. Gojo is said to be the strongest Jujutsu sorcerer in sorcery history, and he is invincible in terms of strength and power. He possesses numerous abilities, including limitless cursed energy, infinity, hollow purple, and unlimited void. However, those are not the only qualities he possesses. There is something else about him that is always hidden beneath his blindfolds. Yes, you read that correctly, the 6 eyes. He always wears blindfolds for 2 reasons. First, his eyes are very pretty, and second, his 6 eyes are extremely dangerous. What he does is only half of his power. When he unleashes his eyes, he becomes unbeatable. 4. Kenpachi Zaraki from Bleach. Kenpachi Zaraki, the squad captain of the Godai 13's 11th Division, is a fighter who enjoys the thrill of a difficult battle. He is regarded as the Soul Society's most bloodthirsty and vicious Soul Reaper. He uses multiple limiters to reduce his strength due to his high spiritual energy. The most noticeable is the parasitic eye patch he wears on his right eye, which consumes his life force. He also wears small bells on the ends of his spiky hair, which are only audible if the opponent is strong enough to hear them. Kenpachi is an absolute beast on the battlefield without any of these limitations. 3. Shigeo Kageyama from Mob Psycho 100. Shigeo Kageyama, also known as Mob, is a silent and calm protagonist who rarely expresses himself. Despite his unassuming appearance, Mob was born with supernatural psychic abilities that enabled him to do a variety of things. He realized at a young age that his abilities were too powerful to be left unchecked and would cause harm to others. As a result, Mob decided to limit his powers by keeping his emotions in check in order to keep his powers from reaching 100% because exceeding a certain limit causes him to lose control and turn into a maniac, destroying everything in his path. He becomes so powerful that taking him down becomes nearly impossible, which is why he must limit his powers as much as he can. 2. Seiki Kusuo from Disastrous Life of Seiki K. It's hard to believe that anime characters who limit their powers can also be found in the comedy genre, and Seiki Kusuo is one of them. He is one of the most powerful anime characters, but he doesn't seem to enjoy it. He developed psychic abilities at a young age, but all he wants is to live a normal life. That is why he limits his powers so that they do not cause him too many problems. His outfit stands out from the rest of the students, but there are reasons for this. To avoid turning everyone around him into stone, he wears special glasses. The 2 antennas on his head are used to control his limitless powers so he doesn't accidentally destroy the world while sleeping. Even with all of these limitations, he is still very powerful, but as a precaution, he manages his powers sustainably. 1. Saitama from One Punch Man. Saitama from One Punch Man tops the list of anime characters who limit their powers. He began as an ordinary human being going about his daily life, but after extensive training, he completely transformed into a superhuman. Although he does not appear to be a powerful being, his monstrous strength and speed prove otherwise. Saitama doesn't need to work too hard to defeat his opponent because all he needs is a punch. As a result, he never uses his full strength out of boredom. The only time he showed it was during the battle with Boros, when it took him a long time to annihilate the enemy. Aside from that, he always restrains himself from expending all of his energy. Which one of the following anime characters is your favorite? Feel free to comment down your thoughts and make sure to recommend us some other characters like the ones listed above. Also don't forget to share this video with your friends.